Welcome to FomoTalks Life Lessons, Episode 3, titled It's Okay to Not Be Okay, but Don't Stay There. So, here in a second, I'm going to put on the screen some statistics from the CDC. I'll give you guys a second to read through it. You can feel free to pause on it and read it, but these are some suicide statistics. But that's not what I'm ultimately here to talk to you guys about. I'm here to talk about preventing suicide. Okay, so how I'm going to do that is I want to give you my own personal story, and hopefully it helps reach somebody, helps them to get the help that they need. So a few years ago, I was stationed in Korea, and while I was stationed there, we were working 10 to 14 hour days most days, oftentimes working on the weekends, very high op tempo job there. And we'd have exercises, so we'd be working 7 days a week, so very busy while I was there. And while there, I found out that I had to have a second hip surgery, so I ended up having to leave Korea a little bit early. So at about the 9 month mark, I came back to the States to have that surgery. Now, what comes with the move back to the States, it meant that I had to buy a car, I had to find a house, I had to figure out how I was going to take care of myself after the surgery. I had to learn a new job with a new organization. Within being back in the States for about 3 months, I actually gained custody of both my boys. They were living with me full time, and they were 7 and 8 years old. So I went from being a single Army guy to now full-time parent and single Army guy. I had to find them a new school, figure out after school care, figure out where to take them for medical and dental, eye care, and all the things that come with being a full-time single parent. I had to go to physical therapy, and the list goes on and on. And so when we stop and we look at those, we look at, sometimes we go through life stressors. Like, life will punch you. It'll keep punching, and it'll give and give and give, and you got to figure out how to navigate and get over those things. And so when we look at the major life stressors that happen just in that little short 3 month period, we had moving into a new house, which that by itself, moving from one house to another, can be a major life stressor. But I was doing it from a barracks in Korea to a house in the States, in Florida, which I had visited but never lived there. So learning a new area, getting a new house, all of that is a major life stressor. Having surgery is a major life stressor. The stress of going under the knife, the stress of your body hurting all the time, and then it's going to hurt even more after the surgery, and then eventually get better, right? Going through a court and custody battle is a major life stressor, and then getting a new job, learning that new job is a life stressor. So within the course of 3 months, easily went through 4 major life stressors and a bunch of other stressors that go along with that. And even with prayer and going to church, I felt overwhelmed. And I knew that I needed to get some help. So I reached out through Military One Source and got myself into some counseling. And the reason I'm sharing this is I want to let you know that it's okay to get the help that you need. For the military members that may be watching this, it's not going to affect your clearance. It's not going to affect your job. I still retired, but I was able to get the help that I needed, which made me a better person, a better worker, a better parent, a better friend, all of those things by getting myself the help that I need. So I'll ask the question. If your car gets a flat tire, do you continue to drive on that flat tire for 5,000 miles, or do you try to get it fixed as soon as possible? And so if there's something that's wrong with your heart or your mind, right, you're struggling with depression or anxiety or whatever it is that you're struggling with from a mental health side, why would you put that off 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, or just never get around to trying to fix yourself? Why would you not try to immediately get yourself on the right track? Get yourself into counseling. And while counseling may do nothing more for you than allow you to talk to somebody and kind of organize your thoughts, just doing that could be the help that you need to get you over that hump. If church and prayer and your friend group and all that is not getting you to where you need to be, like, why would you not seek out whatever you can find to make yourself well, so that you can be the best version of yourself? So I have 2 call to actions for you guys today. The first one is for those that aren't going through the worst of the worst right now, or maybe you've been through it in the past, is reach out to a friend. Reach out to a buddy, see how they're doing. I usually like to reach out to people that I served with. I have a list of probably 20 to 30 guys that I reach out to, even if it's just to tell them Merry Christmas, find out how they're doing, where they are in their careers, any new life circumstances that they're going through. But try to reach out to people. It's sometimes no more than 2 minutes. Sometimes, you'll get on the phone and you'll spend an hour and a half and it'll be time well spent. But reach out to the people that matter to you. Let them know that they matter to you, that you care about them, and see how they're doing. So that's my first call to action. And the second one is have the courage, and I don't say that lightly, have the courage to seek help. Sometimes you need it. And I want you to seek the help because you matter. You matter to me, you matter to your family, you matter to your friends, you matter to your colleagues. You're important, you matter. So please don't take this topic lightly. You saw the statistics of how many people commit suicide, and one suicide is one too many. So if you're struggling with something, reach out. And if you feel like you can't reach out to a counselor or a therapist, or you can't reach out to a friend, hit me up. I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys about it. This is a big passion of mine. I've been a mental health advocate for my entire adult life because I think the best version of yourself comes when you are taking care of yourself. So I hope this message blesses you, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.